You're watching San Diego's Hot Properties, where we highlight unique properties from all over San Diego. And our next guest is it Terry?
Right.
Terry Moore.
Hi.
Hi, correct?
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to be met.
Thank you. I've heard that you've been on many times, so you're new at this. I mean, you're not new at this.
Hopefully I won't
You're a
embarrass
veteran.
either one of us.
Oh, you know what? I love it when you do. So it makes TV more fun. So let's find your information here, because we're going to start with your first location. You've got one of two correct today.
I've got two properties with the same seller.
Okay.
And then if I'm lucky, we might even spend 45 seconds talking about my book.
Well, let's talk about it now. Let's share
Okay.
about your book, and then we'll get into your property.
All right.
Okay.
My client is a lot more important than my book, but I will mention the book, Building Legacy Wealth and How to Lead a Life Worth Imitating. It took me, well, I don't want you to know how long, but
Okay.
you weren't riding a bicycle when I was getting ready for this.
Wow.
You weren't riding a tricycle.
Well, that's
I'm
a long,
so
long
old.
time ago.
Thomas Jefferson didn't help me, but anyway,
Wow.
the book is what I've learned with and from my best clients in the last generation. It's more than just how to build wealth. Lots of people want to make their money multiply. This is more important than that. People read the book to learn how to get wealthy, but the reason that I wrote the book is it's how to lead a life worth imitating. Sometime in the next 100 years, you and I are going to be gone. I'm sorry. As beautiful as you are,
That
it
is
will
a-
happen.
That is a promise in life. Thank you
But-
for the compliment. But
But
yes.
the truth is, at some point, legacy is what people do because of what you've said. It's what they do, what they say, what they think because of your impact.
Right.
And so I wrote the book, Building Legacy Wealth, because I want people to think about more than just how to get wealthy. For our time together, we're going to talk about how to get wealthy with a couple of fourplexes. And maybe this is a good time to do it. The book is available on Amazon.
Okay.
Last month I got to 135. If I got into 100, I might have been bestseller. Maybe I'll eventually live long enough to get there. But
You will.
Let's
I
talk
don't
about
think it'll take
fourplexes.
very long. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Cool.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Especially that it's been a long time coming. It's been a lot of work you put into it and a lot
Yes.
of time thought.
Yes,
Well, I'm excited to read it. So you can purchase it on Amazon.
right.
Okay. And it's called
Building Legacy Wealth,
Building Legacy Wealth. Okay.
How to Lead a Life Worth Imitating.
Wow. That's
So
great.
we get two things today.
Okay.
Which one do you want to start with? The good news about Birch is its cash flow. This is not a place that everybody will live in. However, if you live in it, you could get fixed rate financing for less than 4%, and that's a plus. And lots of people become wealthy by buying a fourplex or something like that, living in it, and then after a while they move somewhere else. And this particular property, we got to show it a while back, and everybody saw the units. It was well pleased. As it turned out, we had two 1031 buyers who looked at it at the same time.
Whoa.
The first
What are the
buyer
chances?
asked for a perfectly reasonable concession, and another 1031 buyer came along and offered. And unfortunately, as it turned out for the seller, he said goodbye to the first guy and took the higher price from the second guy. And the second guy counted his money and said, wait, I can't afford to buy this. But we got to see all the units, and they showed nicely. Most of them have steel frame doors. You don't say security doors, you say steel frame.
Steel frame.
The seller has done more than half of what needs to be done. He's done the flooring, the kitchens, and the bathrooms in most of the units. In San Diego County, we've built half as many condos and apartments as we need in the last 30 years. And that's great for landlords and landladies. It's not so much fun for tenants.
Right.
But the good news about San Diego as a rental owner is you can spend about $10,000 a unit and raise the rents about $100, raise the rents just under 10%, and you can create about $15,000 worth of value, and that's a plus. That's a real plus.
Correct.
In San Diego, we've never built, it's been 30 years since we built as much as we need. The government is changing its policies, and maybe this year we'll build 60% or 70% of what we need. But in San Diego, we're a really low risk escalator to wealth. This is strange and bizarre, but in the state of California, we're 1/4 the population of Houston, and Houston has built more apartments and condos than the state of California. So the scariest zip code in San Diego County has 96% occupancy. In Raleigh, in Detroit, in Dallas, and lots of other places, they only get to 92% occupancy. but drunken fools make money. If you're clean and sober, you can still do well.
Right.
But I've had clients who were maybe not the sharpest knife in the drawer who made money being landlords and landladies. And when you take a property like this, it has good bones, and you upgrade it, you can get higher rents and higher occupancy. If you live on site, you can get in with a lower down payment. But if you don't live on site, it's still 20% down or 25% down. And one of my mentors told me a story. He was so crazy, people thought he was nuts when he took an outrageous listing at $48,000 a unit in Pacific Beach. They said it'll never sell. Guess what it did? I think Pacific Beach costs more than $48,000. The inflation will work here, and this might be your home for a while, or maybe it'll just be an investment. With passing time, we're probably going to have inflation and increases, and the leverage that you get from the real estate, the depreciation you get. There's a lot of government benefits that you get by being a landlord or a landlady, and this property is one where the seller, that shows some of the renovation that he's done and upgrading one of the kitchens.
Right.
You could do that in all the units, probably get your rents up close to 10% within a year.
Yeah, easy. When you've got something renovated like that, people just want that turnkey, brand new feeling inside. So this is still in the same unit, correct? This is one of the
Right.
one of the three right there.
So this is another example of the upgraded unit. They're not all upgraded yet, but none of this is very complicated.
No.
If you buy a fancy house, $10,000 will go for appliances. An apartment, $10,000 will make a really nice home for whoever's there. Now, the interesting thing about Spring Valley, did I mention Houston earlier? Houston's zoning is a bit casual. This has commercial on each side. One of the best investments my wife and I ever had was in Spring Valley, and there was a steel manufacturing plant right next door, a steel fabrication plant, and we always had better than 95% occupancy. You may or may not live there, but this can be a good investment. This can be a good step in your getting wealthier as a real estate owner.
And that's located in Spring Valley. So it's 6 bedrooms, so you've got 4 units, correct?
Yeah, 2 2s and
Yes.
2 1-bedrooms.
Okay. And are you holding this open?
No,
Okay.
we don't disturb the residents. We don't disturb the tenants. It's a matter of courtesy.
Right.
If I'm going to look at your condo, you'll put up with strangers coming into your house because you get to put the $100 bills in your purse. With a fourplex, you don't disturb the clients. You don't disturb the tenants. So as a matter of respect for the privacy of the tenants, we don't go in until we have an accepted offer. But we do have some interior photos so people can see what it looks like.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know. Great, so that is located at 9253 Birch Street. It's a 4-plex. It's located in Spring Valley. It's a great location, close to all amenities, shops, restaurants, you name it. And it's a great investment opportunity. So if you'd like some more information, you can contact Terry Moore at the information provided on the screen to have a private tour.